Russian missile strike hits restaurants in Kramatorsk, Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
A Russian missile strike has hit a crowded restaurant area in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk, Ukrainian officials say. Emergency services are at the scene helping the injured, but the number of casualties is so far unknown, the region's governor told Ukrainian TV. Footage and photos on social media show buildings surrounded by rubble. It comes as President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine's counter-offensive was advancing on all fronts.
This post received a score of 6,300, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Incredibly important military targets apparently. Russia is nothing more than a terrorist state harboring war criminals at this point.
Nah, Orban said Putin's not a war criminal. So he's clearly not a war criminal.
Well, if Orban said it.
Trouble with having Orban saying things is that everyone will be too distracted by his raw, Adonis-like virility to hear the message.
After the embarrassment of the Wagner coup attempt, Putin wants to show everyone that he's still strong and worthy of respect, so he decides to do that by launching missiles at innocent civilians.
That's Russian standard now. We look weak. Time to murder some innocent people.
That's been Russia since the war started. Take Crimea Bridge for example. Ukraine blow up the bridge at 6 a.m. Saturday morning to have least amount of traffic and civilian casualties. Terrorists respond with 100+ missiles to Ukraine capital on Monday morning, busiest time when people are going to work at 8 a.m. with the sole intention of causing as much civilian deaths as possible.
It's infuriating. I know Ukraine ain't NATO, but why can't we just swoop in and stomp these motherfuckers real quick and preempt a lot of unnecessary civilian deaths and suffering? How many more restaurants, schools, apartments, and hospitals does Russia need to destroy before someone steps up?
Nukes.
Fuck it, we only got like 30 years left anyway.
20,000 years of this, 7 more to go. Bo Burnham, Inside, 2021.
Do they just point missiles and say go? I thought they were expensive. Why not use the last of your dwindling funds at actually targets? I can't imagine being in the military and my boss says, "What did y'all hit today?" "Ah, 2 fields. A cafe and a playground." "Boss, any military hardware?" "Nah, not this time. Carry on, soldier." WTF.
This was a common strategy as WW2, where the idea was the civilian population centers support the war effort materially. So if you break the civilians, you in theory break those fighting on the front line. Problem is, and the reason why nobody but Russia still fights this way is because of WW2 also. German bombing of British cities had the opposite effect, hardening the British resolve. Suddenly the British were in the fight too, seeing German aggression and viciousness firsthand.
It wasn't just German bombing. Allied bombing of Germany and Japan also resulted in their resolve hardening rather than softening. In Japan, it was only through going very extreme that it pushed them to surrender. And if you don't know about the firebombing of Tokyo, look that up, even that wasn't extreme enough.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.